I won't call them monsters because they would like that term. They would think that's a great name. I will call them from now on losers because that's what they are. They're losers.
All right, I think we have a new term for referring to those who just out of nowhere start killing innocents, including children. Brexit leader Nigel Farage with us right now. Nigel, what did you think of that? They are losers.
I thought it was actually rather brilliant because one of the things that tempts people, and it's a difficult word to use, but to behave this way is the idea they will have a big dramatic impact, that they'll be thought of as being heroes in one culture and villains in another. And the idea that they're losers, no, I like that. I mean, to be honest with you, from the speech he gave in Riyadh the other day, where he was absolutely clear, he said to 50 leaders from across the Middle East and the Muslim world, you know, drive out from your places of worship those that commit evil, to the use of the word losers. I think Trump is leading this agenda and doing it very well indeed.
Do you buy in? London has not been hit nearly as often as is Paris or Brussels, but it has been hit. And of course, this on the 4th anniversary of the killing of that soldier. But yes, a lot of people are wondering whether a new wave is back, and by targeting obviously a very crowded concert. Don't get me wrong; it was in a smaller city, and that seemed to telegraph that maybe ISIS or terrorists in general are setting their sights on smaller cities and not just the big main world stays. What do you make of that?
Well, that may be true, although do bear in mind that Manchester is our second biggest city, so
no doubt.
It's still a very significant place. I mean, look, we have been on a state of high alert now since 2014. The authorities in Britain tell us they have foiled 13 separate major terrorist incidents, and I actually think I believe them. We've been comparatively lucky compared to France, compared to Belgium. We have 3,500 people on our suspect terrorist list in this country. The Belgians have 18,500 on their list. And I'm not going to bring any joy from what happened in this country yesterday, but we have not had the untrammeled free flow of people across the Mediterranean into our country. The big question we've got to ask, and you know, normally, Neil, when we discuss this, we talk about immigration, but actually the debate today is a different one. It's about those who were born in this country who've been radicalised, and it's that, I think, the British people, and there's a mixture today of people who are very upset and people who are very angry. What we want is the British government to start tackling radicalization in this country.
Yeah, no matter the religion. In this country, of course, we had Timothy McVeigh, who was lily-white American as you could get. So these things happen. But I'm wondering, in this case, the guy behind this attack was fingered by authorities and on their radar. And we keep hearing this. I'm just curious, what do you think should be done? And in our country, what happens is, well, we had nothing to hold them on, in other words, and then we have to let them go, or we don't even pursue it. What do you do?
Well, you know, both the USA and the UK have a legal tradition going back to Magna Carta, where we have the presumption of innocence before guilt. Now, there are some voices today in England, in the UK, saying, let's take the 3,500 suspects, let's round them up, and let's put them in a camp. But, you know, to do that in any European country, it's just got too many shades of the 1930s. I think we're going to have to go on investing money in our security services. I think we're going to have some resolve to stop radicalisation happening in prisons and schools and places where the government really should be in charge. And we're going to have an absolutely rigorous immigration policy to make sure we're not adding to the problem that already exists.
Nigel Farage, thank you very much.